Nowadays, there are more and more online options offering a wide range of animations to download in FBX format, like ARD from NVIDIA, Mixamo, Cartwheel, and Fab, just to name a few. That's exciting. But when it comes to integrating all that data into your Maya scenes, it can quickly turn into a headache of endless clicking and tedious file management. That's where the Madness HIK Manager was born, a versatile, intuitive interface designed to streamline transferring and retargeting animation between biped characters. It is a powerful addition to your workflow during previs, motion capture editing, layout, crowds, ideation, choreography, and multi-character blocking. Plus, you can mix and blend Ragdoll dynamics physics with your animation clips at any point in the loop. This straightforward approach lets animators stay inside Maya within a single file, eliminating the need to bounce between external programs or separate files. Use your Maya file as a true sandbox to search, visualize, edit, and transfer animations between biped characters, keeping your iteration fast and building a solid foundation to work from. Let's break it down step by step and explore 4 different production scenarios where this can be applied.
Madness HIK Manager unifies human IK and Maya tools into a single interface, cutting out menu diving and outliner clutter so animators can focus entirely on retargeting, editing, and playing back FBX animations within the same file, what we call the sandbox for this garage demonstration.
Let's use the batch import option to load multiple FBX clips simultaneously. Select the folder and import them directly into the time editor. At this point, the clips are ready to stitch and play around with using the variety of options that Maya's time editor has to offer. From here, do your magic and let your animation skills shine. HIK Manager offers a few options to bake these animations: the traditional HIK skeleton and control rig bake, quick bake, or bake to layer. This last option is a non-destructive choice that preserves the edits and modifications you've made to either the skeleton or the HIK control rig. Ideal for keeping clean keyframes to compare and even create versions on the fly, Quick Bake or Bake to Layer will help you when you want to export the FBX or plug the clip back into the time editor. Moving on, the Retarget to Character button handles the job of baking each clip to an override layer. This is super handy because it's like having multiple take versions or clips inside one single file.
Let's move on to the next scenario: multi-character batch import and batch export. This is where the Madness HIK Manager really comes in handy. We've already explored batch importing, so now let's run through the full loop in one go: loading multiple characters, loading multiple clips, and batch exporting the clips per character. For this demo, we ran the process on 10 FBX files from one source character and retargeted them to a second character. Batch importing, batch exporting, and re-importing all in the same file. The process took about 3 minutes, which is a fair amount of time to invest in an animation shot for sure. It might be extra steps that leaves you with a library of motion-mapped data ready to plug and transfer to your specific character. This will speed up the process and keep your creativity flowing. Plus, you can grow your own personal library with clips for other projects. By using a standard biped skeleton with HIK definitions, you avoid disjointed workflows caused by swapping files or changing applications. In just a few steps, import, retarget, export, and bring it back to your sandbox to continue with your creative madness. Now, let's go a step further and integrate all of this into a real production scenario with an animation rig. Otherwise, what's the point of all this madness if it can't be applied in production? Let's jump to it. Start the file using Blaze Rig as reference, provided by Advanced Skeleton, and a saved clip from the studio library. Then import the Xsense character to import the clip Trampoline Flip into the time editor. The idea for the demo is to connect the animation clip and connect it to blend into the run and jump. From there, the file is ready to start playing with Ragdoll dynamics physics. Let's dive in. Extract the animation from the rig and transfer it to the output skeleton. Add that clip to the time editor to save and blend it with other FBX files. Use the time editor with relocators and match pose helpers to smooth out clip transitions. Do your magic. Once it looks right, bake it to the output character. Change the source of the rig to the target output character. From this point on, you can bake, connect, or disconnect the rig at any time.
As you can appreciate, this file truly becomes a sandbox where the character can be connected back and forth, allowing you to freely experiment, play, and iterate over and over.
Keep iterating until you find what works for the shot, whether it's just for reference, locking down timing and spacing, or pushing all the way to blocking and final version. Create, adjust, review, and refine. Then repeat the process. That is the Madness way to approach animation in production. Leave the comments if you want to learn more about this workflow. And thanks for watching. The Madness Garage Project.